Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Myself cajoshikumar. In this video we are going to cover deductions. So what I've done is I've considered all the 4 attempts suggested answers, MTPs and RTPs, and I've seen what sections are repeating continuously. I've highlighted all those sections here, and once you finish the concepts you can go and do the questions. At the end of the PDF you also have questions, so once you're done with the concepts you can go and do those questions immediately. So from deductions you'll not get a separate question. 1 or 2 adjustments you'll get to see in your total income, the first question, and 1 or 2 adjustments in your DTAA from DTAA question. Okay, so we'll discuss first. One of the most important section is 80JJAA. So 80JJAA is talks about whenever you're generating more employment, you are allowed for additional deduction, that is 30%. Now I'll explain you what it says. So whenever you are giving any salaries to your employees, you will claim that as a deduction in your P&L. Okay, and after deducting all the expenses you will come to profit, right? Now this profit you will take it as a PGPP income while doing computation of your total income. Now you will add all other income, capital gains, other sources and all. You will get to gross total income. After gross total income, chapter 6 deduction, 80JJAA, you can claim additional 30% as deduction. Okay, when you can claim 30 additional employment, if you're generating additional employment. Okay, suppose if yours is an existing business, in the previous year there were number of employees, right? If there were 100 employees and in the current year there are 120 employees, then on that excess 20 you will get additional deduction 30%. So that you will get for the next 3 years. Okay, now let's see, that's the concept. But yeah, now 80JJAA, for whom it is applicable? It is applicable for every SSC for whom tax audit is applicable. First point. Okay, for whosoever tax audit is applicable, for them 80JJAA is applicable. Amount of deduction 30% for 3 consecutive years. Fine. Now 30% on what? Additional employee cost. How do you calculate additional employee cost? If yours is an existing business, you will compare with the previous year and see if there are any additions in your employee cost. On that you will take 30% as deduction. Close. Now if yours is a new business, previous year to kuch hai nahi. So if yours is a new business, whatever salary that you are paying, how many number of employees are there, for them whatever amount of salary that you're paying, on that you will claim 30%. Okay, total emoluments paid to eligible new employees. Now what do you mean by eligibility? See, this is the most important. यहाँ से क्वेश्चन आने के चांसेस बहुत है, अच्छे से सुनो. So employees, if their salary is more than 25,000, not eligible under this section. So if they stay in the company for less than 240 days in the previous year, not eligible. And for businesses like apparel, footwear and leather business, the number of days falls short to 150 days. If they are in the company for less than 150 days, then they are not eligible for 80JJAA. Okay, they should be at least more than 240 days for other businesses and at least 150 days for apparel, footwear and leather business. Understood? And they should be participating in recognized provident fund. If they don't participate, not eligible. And employees where entire contribution is paid by government, okay, under employees pension scheme, they are also not eligible. Okay, see again, if you want to claim this deduction, no, you should get your books of accounts audited. And then whenever you are seeing employees, no, isme casual and contract workers are not included. Okay, and then see, employees employed during the previous year, okay, and he could not complete 240 or 150 days. His period of stay was less than 240 or 150 days in the company, so he will not be eligible. And in the next year, if he is more than 240 or 150 days in the next year, then they can claim deduction of 30% in the next year. So claim 30% deduction in the next year. Okay, so this is your 80JJAA, and once you do the question, no, you will get everything will be sorted for you guys. Chalo, let's go to the next one. And people who are liking and commenting my videos, thank you all so much. You guys are giving me a lot of motivation, because nobody else will come and tell me what I'm doing, whether I'm doing right thing or wrong. Okay, so if you are engaging with my videos, then it gives me a satisfaction that I'm doing things in the right way. Okay, I hope my videos are helpful, and thank you all so much for giving me this opportunity. Okay, so ATM talks about dividend. See, yours is a domestic company. Again, this one is applicable for domestic companies. Your first for CA finals, no, total income question you will be computing for a company, तो deductions भी companies के related deductions ही आएंगे adjustments में. Okay, so yours is a domestic company, you receive dividend. Okay, now you're also paying dividend to your shareholders, then you are allowed to claim certain deductions. How do you calculate the deductible amount? Lower of dividend received during the year, first point, and dividend distributed by the company on or before, like dividend received or dividend distributed, whichever is lower. इसमें से एक क्या है, you should be distributing it on or before 1 month prior to the return filing date. This is an important one. Okay, whichever is lower. Conditions क्या है, you should not just declare, you should also distribute dividends to the shareholders. Okay, no deduction if dividends is not distributed. Declare करके छोड़ दिया तो नहीं चलता. You have to declare and also distribute the dividend. And then the most important point इसके ऊपर नीचे question है which says any interest on borrowed funds shall be deducted only to the extent of 20%. See, when you will get dividend when you make an investment. To make an investment, what I did, I took a loan. Now on that I'm paying interest. Here I got dividend and here I'm paying interest. So to what extent I'm eligible for deduction? Entire interest amount? No. Up to 20% I'm allowed. I'm eligible to claim deduction. Okay, under section 57. There's a question. Just do that question and it will be sorted. Now see ATM देखो November 24 में आया, RTP May 25 and MTP Jan 26 also. Now if you see 80JJ, no, it came in September 25 and it was also asked in RTP November 24. RTP November 24 में पूछा within 1 year it was in the final exam. Now if you see this one is in MTP, this one is in RTP. Okay, it can repeat. If you see this one RTP, MTP and also May exams might come in the future. So 80GGB is simple. Indian company making any donation to political party or electoral trust, 100% deduction, provided you should not make it in cash. If you make it in cash, then no deduction. Chalo. See, again, this is an important point. Always remember at the end of the question, no, he'll say compute the tax liability as per section 115 BAA, 22% wala. So when the SSC chooses this section, he has to forego a lot of deductions. Okay, chapter 6 deductions. So even if he chooses this one, he will be eligible for section 80JJ, 80M and 80LA. Always remember this. Okay. For these three are still allowed, even under section 115 BAA. Now comes DTAA related question, 80 QQB and 80 RRB. Very important section. तुम्हारे DTAA के question के adjustment चाहिए सर. Okay. 80 QQB talks about royalty for books. What kind of books? Literacy, artistic and scientific nature. If I'm writing any pamphlet, textbook or school books, brochures, magazines, then I'm not eligible. These are not eligible. Only these three: literacy, artistic and scientific nature. How much amount is allowed as deduction? 3 lakhs. Up to 3 lakhs or actual royalty income. Okay, whichever is lower. Cool. This one is done. Now 80 RRB talks about rights, patents. Okay. So here also you are eligible for 3 lakhs or actual amount, actual royalty income. But here also you are not eligible for this. Sale of product manufactured with the use of patented process or patented article for commercial use. If it is for this process, then you are not eligible for deduction. Okay, and then if you earn any royalty income outside India, then you have to get that income back to Indian foreign currency within 6 months from the end of the previous year or time allowed by RBI. Cool. 80 TT and 80 TTB talks about your interest. 80 TTA and 80 TTB. So this is eligible for individual and HUF. Not a senior citizen. Up to 10,000 you can claim deduction. Okay, and then 80 TTB is for senior citizen. Up to 50,000 they are eligible for deduction. यहाँ पे catch क्या है? Only savings interest is allowed for individuals below 60. Okay, and FD interest are not eligible. But 80 TTB senior citizens are eligible for both savings interest and FD interest. Okay. 80 CCC contribution to pension fund, maximum 1,50,000. I did not include all the ATC deductions, but if you see under what you say DTAA, no, easy only investment in PPF, LIC premium बोल के देता adjustment, उसका maximum deduction 1,50,000 है. Again 80 CCC and ATC maximum deduction is only 1,50,000. Okay, I did not include all the adjustments for ATC because it becomes clumsy, and you all know also. 80D, I've summarized this perfectly. First, self, spouse and dependent children. Self, spouse, me, my wife and my children. Okay, if I'm paying any health insurance for them, preventive health checkup or some central government scheme, contribution to central government health scheme. All this, I'm eligible for all these three. Okay, now if my age is above 60, then it's 50,000. Maximum deduction is 50,000. My age is less than 60, then 25,000. My age or my wife age. Okay, if it is above 60, no, I'll go for 50,000. If we are below 60, no, then I'll go for 25,000. So maximum deduction is 25,000. Preventive health checkup is also, this 5,000 is also included in the above limits. Cool. Parents dependent or not. Now we are talking about parents. Here we spoke about self, spouse and dependent children, done. Here we are talking about parents, whether they are dependent or not. If you are paying any premium, health insurance premium for your parents or preventive health checkup, यहाँ पे सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट स्कीम नहीं है, ठीक है. You are paying any health insurance premium or preventive health checkup and you are making payment other than cash. For everything it should be other than cash only. Eligible deduction, yes. यहाँ पे भी if your parents age is more than 60, you will go for maximum deduction is 50,000. If your parents age is less than 50, maximum deduction is 25,000. Okay. Preventive health checkup is also included in the above. One more point, important point. See, anyone, either it is me, my wife or my parents, anyone who is above 60 years of age, and for them, and they should be residents also, for whom I did not take any insurance. Okay, I'm not getting any insurance policy or insurance amount, but I've, there is a medical expenditure happening, then I can claim medical expenditure for them. Kon, they should be resident and above 60. For them I can claim medical expenditure, maximum 50,000. Okay, that is it, guys. I hope this video was helpful, and there are questions here. Just do this question. If you want, I'll finish off this question for you guys. See, if you see about 25,000 not eligible, this is gone, and casual fellows are not eligible, so these two are gone. Okay, now this 25,000 and 24,300 are eligible, but if you see, this is a manufacturing of leather products, so number of days should be 150 days. At least they should be in employment for more than 150 days. So if you see, this fellow won't be there. He could not complete 150 days. If you calculate from level months row, it comes close to 120 or 130. So only 55 workers are eligible. 55 workers into 25,000 into number of months. 55 workers into 25,000 into number of months. On that you will claim 30%. This is the deduction that is available. Okay, so do the other questions also. They are also very easy. This is the interest part, the dividend. You took a loan and you invested that amount, so this is that. Okay, and then the other one is your electoral, company investing, company donating to political party or electoral trust. Okay, so do these questions easy. And thank you all so much. See you all guys in another video. Please subscribe and hit the like button if this video was helpful. Thank you all so much.